Good afternoon, everybody. How are you guys doing? I have to say thank you to Colonel Fritz for inviting me out and doing this. This is just absolutely awesome. New thing for the base and the Air Force. And so you were all part of something very new and very cool. So congratulations, Colonel Fritz, and congratulations, Fairchild. One of the things that wasn't in the bio was, and probably one of the things that I'm proudest of, even more than having done cricket highlights on CNN International Sports, getting those names right, those multi-syllabic names, is being an honorary commander here at Fairchild Air Force Base, and the biggest thrill was taking a flight with the Thunderbirds, I think about 10 years ago. And the highlight of that was, A, not losing my cookies. It was close. B, that we flew upside down, inverted roll, over Lake Roosevelt, probably only 5,000 feet off the lake. And there was a gentleman, I could see him, as we were inverted, on his dock going, "Yeah! Air Force!" So that was cool. Or maybe he was shaking his fist. So that was very, very cool. But it's just been great to be involved out here. Colonel Fritz mentioned Springfield College in the introduction. Springfield College is actually, if you don't know, where the game of basketball was invented. This gentleman, by the name of James Naismith, Dr. James Naismith, an educator and a teacher at Springfield College, was looking for a game to come up with for his football players in the wintertime, something rigorous, something fun. And he, after several failed attempts at other types of games, he decided to take 2 peach baskets and nail them to opposing points in the gymnasium. And the players, his football players, instantly loved it. One challenge was early on, the games were pretty low scoring because the peach baskets, and every time somebody made a basket, somebody had to get on a ladder and climb up and lift the basketball out of the peach basket. And so it took a long time to get a good score in basketball, but eventually they figured it out, cut out the bottom of the peach baskets, and basketball went on to become this amazing James Naismith in his wildest dreams. Probably never could have imagined that basketball would go on to become the second most popular sport in the world, behind soccer, and draw 77,000 fans to the Final Four in Phoenix a few weeks ago. It's a man who had an idea and it impacted the world, changed the world in many respects. And that's what I want to talk to you today about, is your opportunity to change the world in your little way, to move the needle, as I like to say it. You know, psychologists say that there are 2 basic needs, basic human needs, after food, shelter, and water. One is to feel loved and appreciated. No surprise, we all want to feel loved and appreciated by our family and our friends. The other one, though, is to feel as if our lives matter, as if our lives made a difference. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. And it was pretty interesting. About 3 weeks ago, I saw this come across Facebook. You may have seen it, and it was really impactful. The top 37 things that you'll think of and you'll regret when you're old. And many of the responses, it was a study done by hundreds of people on their deathbed, giving the responses to what their regrets were through their life. And many of them you would probably understand and think were common sense. Regret of not traveling more. Regret over not staying in touch with old friends. Regret that they did not chase that dream, start that business. There was another answer that was very common that surprised the folks that were doing the study. And that was, there was a lot of regret on the part of people saying that they just feel like they didn't make a difference in the world, that their lives really didn't matter. Huge source of sadness for folks in the latter stages of their life. So with that warning to you folks in your 20s and your 30s, decades in advance, I'd like to encourage you to think of those things that you can do to make your community a better place. You know, I know Fairchild Air Force Base is as good as any at encouraging airmen and airwomen to get out and be plugged into the community. Colonel Fritz telling me that more than 50%, and that's probably a low guess, 50% of personnel here at Fairchild actually are volunteering in the community. That is fantastic. We can go ahead and chance to MC the Armed Forces breakfast at Northern Quest, and it was the Persons of the Year breakfast, and the stories of the service on the part of you airmen and women to not only our country, but our community was incredibly impressive. And so I'd like those of you who are already volunteering to consider a way of stepping it up. Add a few more hours a weekend to that task that you're doing. And for those of you who are not currently volunteering, we're not here to single you out or make you feel bad. We're here to encourage you and show you that you've got an opportunity to really move the needle to make an impact on the world. There's a concern, obviously, when you hear the word volunteering. Oh my gosh, I don't have enough time. Nobody's got enough time. Well, tough love here. I'll say two things. One, we all are blessed with 24 hours, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. And there are millions that find time to give of themselves in their community, despite having families, jobs, hobbies, all of those things. So we've got an opportunity there. The second thing I'll say is, and maybe just a quick show of hands, it is pretty bright up here, but let's see if I can see. How many of you can honestly say in the next several months that every hour of every weekend is booked? I don't see many hands raised. That's not to make anybody feel bad again, but it shows the opportunity that you have to roll up your sleeves and do something that you'll feel really good about down the line, and you'll feel good about it as it happens. There's three things that will happen, I'll assure you, if you volunteer. One is you're going to form deep, lasting relationships. There's really no connection, or at least not many connections like the ones that you'll make working alongside others for a good cause. Second thing is you'll come away with, no surprise, deep personal satisfaction and fulfillment. Something that you can take with you, something far greater than money. That satisfaction that you have helped change something in the community and make it better. The third thing is I think you're going to enjoy it. But to ensure that you enjoy it, I would encourage you to think about something that you would enjoy doing, something that you feel passionate about. If you love animals, I know I was talking to my escort, Sergeant Tag, saying that she and her family volunteer at Spokane. Fantastic. If you are passionate about kids, perhaps there's an opportunity to be a big brother, to help out at Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Boys and Girls Club is a good example. The YMCA. If you like building things, doing things with your hands, perhaps Habitat for Humanity is an opportunity. If you are passionate about helping the elderly, perhaps delivering Meals on Wheels is something that you would enjoy. There are so many things that are available to you to do in the community, and it's a matter of making that call. If you have a loved one that has been taken by cancer, perhaps you would like to help out in the fight against cancer. These are opportunities for you, and I'd like to just take 30 seconds, a little bit of an exercise, very quick. I know you've got your official pad and paper here, to write down one thing, one cause that you care about. And if you're already volunteering with an organization, write down something that you can do above and beyond what you're already doing. We'll take 20 seconds to do that and come back and talk about it. So I hope you had a chance to write something down that that's going to be actionable. Take it home, tape it to your bathroom mirror, refer to it often, get involved, make that call. Or if you're doing something now, take it to that next level. Move that needle. It doesn't cost much. doesn't cost anything to help out. There are ways that you can do things with just an idea. I have a couple examples I want to show you. The first one, this is just an idea that somebody had. Her name is Kristen Speller. She owns the Garland Sandwich Shop in the Garland District in Spokane, and she's doing something next Saturday, hosting something called Mugs for Mutts, where all the proceeds from the sale of coffee and espresso will go to Spokane, and also will have representatives from Spokane on hand with pets for adoption. Fantastic. She combined her love of dogs with her passion for giving back to the community and combined it with her business. This was somebody who had an idea, and she's changing the world, she's changing her community. She had an idea, and she's making an impact. Second example I want to use, this is an awesome one. The gal in the picture, her name is Andrea Snyder, first grade teacher at Chester Elementary in Spokane Valley. She had the idea because her first graders are starting to learn how to write, that it would be a neat thing to start a pen pal relationship with seniors who are receiving meals from Meals on Wheels. And so her students now, there have been several exchanges with these seniors in the community that are in pretty tough shape. They've got a first grader writing to them once every month or 2 months, and they write back. Fantastic program. Didn't cost anything, and it brightened the lives of these young kids, opened their world up a little bit, and also obviously brightened the lives of a lot of seniors in the community. This is an idea that became impact. Just awesome. Now, if you're really feeling inspired, starting your own charity obviously is rather daunting, but it can be done. And it doesn't need to be anything grandiose. It can be something, you don't have to be a commander of an Air Force Base, you don't have to be a CEO of a company, you don't have to be a sports star or a media star. You just have to have passion, surround yourself with good people, and it will grow, I assure you. I know that this has happened with my event that Colonel Fritz mentioned, the Cotton Classic, the egotistically named Cotton Classic, and not very creative either. Love the logo though. But we started this 15 years ago. 24 people showed up at Hangman Valley Golf Course, and we raised a few $100. Fantastic. The benefit is Meals on Wheels Spokane. The reason why Meals on Wheels, my mother was involved back when I was a young kid, and I'm just carrying on that tradition. 15 years later, we've raised more than $500,000 for homebound seniors in Spokane, and that equates to about 125,000 meals for those homebound seniors. It's something I'm very proud of, and it's not something that I say to gain your admiration. It's something that I say to give you inspiration. The Cotton Classic is something that I'll take with me when the man upstairs asks me what I did. I'll say, well, I ran a little golf tournament that fed some seniors. Probably the first and last thing that I said. But very proud of that, and I just use that as an example that we all have a responsibility. Not only an opportunity, but a responsibility to make others' lives better. To whom much is given, much is expected. I think everybody in this room can say that we've been blessed with great health and great talents that we can loan to the community, and through our time and talent, make our communities a better place. And again, I applaud everyone here at Fairchild Air Force Base for really going above and beyond. I understand that the average number of hours worked in a day is 10 hours, so I understand you don't have maybe the kind of time that some of the other people have in the community, and you're still doing these things. So I applaud you for that, and if you're not involved yet, get involved. There are a couple quotes I'd like to finish with. One, it's not what you gather, but what you scatter in life that really tells the life you live, author Helen Walton. And the other one is to know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded, Ralph Waldo Emerson. You know, Pastor Joe Whitmer at the Easter service this last Sunday at Life Center Church, I think he may have said it best. Each one of you was born with a special gift. Each one of you has a unique gift ready to give to your community and to your world. Go out and do the good that you were meant to do. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Thank you for your service. I appreciate it. And go out there and do something awesome. Thank you.